Deluxe. Fai la sub o ti detona la madre? Ok, vediamo, raga, sono curiosissimo, vediamo, dai. Avete messo un sacco di curiosità. Sviluppato da Kraus. Scritto da David Vreden. Aspetta che devo mettere in modalità gaming. Allora, è Nala che sta grattando la porta? Aspetta un attimo. È Nala che sta grattando la porta, scusate. Animale di merda, sei tu. No, non c'è.
Andre, hai mai giocato a DYNG Light? È di zombie ed è dei creatori di Dead Island, solo che in più c'è il parkour.
Sì, lo conosco da Alle, ci abbiamo giocato un sacco di tempo, Baratino, grazie per i ciri. Forse li trovi... Le trovi i video su YouTube dei ricaricamenti. Allora, inglese, sembrano, devo dire, i sottotitoli italiano, conferma. Hai già giocato? No. Regolo il cursore finché il computer non è a malapena visibile. Scusa, sono in live, non posso mettere troppo poco luminoso, se no non vedono un cazzo. Inserisci l'ora attuale, oh madonna. 23:54. Ah, sti cazzo di inglesi e loro. 11:5. Addio cagnone. E 55 facciamo. Povericcio. Nota, le impostazioni di accessibilità si raggiungono dal menu principale. Ok. Che cazzo dici? Che figo! Ah, allora, com'è il volume? È buono o è alto? Passiamo un filo perché di solito...
This is the story.
Abbasso sempre un filo perché è sempre altissimo il volume.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
Altissimo addirittura. Facciamo a 80.
Scusa, ti rompo per l'ultima volta. Per caso ti è piaciuto
Poveretti, è
DYNG
alto per
Light?
forza, ci sono 4 decibel in più, poveri cristi. È normale che è alto, è arrivato a 4 decibel in più. Scusa un attimo, arrivo, Valentino. Sì, mi è piaciuto
This is the
abbastanza.
story of a man. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Ora è basso, infatti.
This is the story.
Così va bene la voce.
This is the. This,
Sei scemo.
this is the story of a man named Stanley.
Allora, rialziamo un attimo, poveretti. Non è che il medio principale è a 70. No, vabbè, lasciamo così, poi ragazzi possiamo sempre cambiare. Video, VSync, modalità schermo senza bordi, 1009, ok, comandi, qualità alta. Avanti e indietro, salta spazio. Minchia, easy proprio, easy. Easy. Avevate i decibel stralzati, ragazzi, scusate.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, Frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest
Eren,
time.
grazie per i 9
But as he
patatino,
came
grazie
to
per
his
i
wits
risali.
and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
E papere, vi ricordo di nuovo che con Prime la sub è gratuita e se non avete Prime sono solo 4 euro al mese e skippate tutte le pubblicità e avete tutte le mie emoticon e mi aiuterete anche al supportare il canale. Muoviti. Shh. Calmo. Calmo. I giochi intripposi nella mia vita ne ho giocati 1 miliardo. Calmi. Perché delle volte capita che stando fermo ci sono tipo dei dialoghi extra. Stai calmo. Stai calmo. Aspetta un attimo. Non dico mica mezz'ora. 1 minuto, 2. Un attimo, ragazzi. Se è quel gioco... un attimo, aspetta. Un attimo. Abbi pazienza un attimo. 1 minuto, se non è 1 minuto... Se non succede niente, entro 1 minuto mi muovo. Meanwhile, 2 years later... Non mi dite un cazzo, raga, non mi dite un cazzo. Non mi dite niente. Se mi dite le cose, il gioco non è neanche divertente, capito? Non mi dite un cazzo. Ragazzi, sono giochi intripposi, ci vuole un attimo di pazienza. Dovete avere un attimo di pazienza. Non potete giocare questo gioco con così tanta veemenza, con così tanta aggressività. Sono giochi di pazienza, ci vuole anche un gioco di esplorazione, la curiosità, un attimo. Ok, sembra non succeda niente. Il tasto. Non posso interagire con niente.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Bel gioco, raga, dai, a posto. Bella, raga, dai. Carino, possiamo chiudere e passare a Dead. Carino, dai, è un bel gioco. Finito, bella, raga. Allora, andiamo a esplorare un attimo. Ho trovato un finale, Allora, vediamo un attimo di capire.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Posso giocare col joypad, scusami, per curiosità? No, Peccato, mi sarebbe piaciuto, perché giusto perché con la tastiera sto un attimo più scomodo. Spegniamo che non consumiamo energie elettriche. Ma cosa c'è scritto su quel monitor?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Abbassa la sensibilità. Aspetta. Comandi. Blablabla. Interagisci con... sensibilità della telecamera. Mettiamola a 4. No, lasciamo a 72. Mettiamo la sensibilità a 4. Col joypad puoi giocare, non si muove col joypad, raga. Ah, forse perché è staccato. Aspetta, fammi vedere. Vediamo. No, non si può. No, non si muove col joypad. Ah no, ok, è partito, è partito. Ok, molto molto più comodo. Un attimo, perché le impostazioni del joypad sono un attimino... Asse della telecamera, rialziamolo, perché... Qual è lo scopo del gioco? Bella domanda, è un gioco intripposo alla 12 minutes, sicuro.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Chiudiamo tutto. Prende per il culo. Io ti tocco tutte le porte.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ok, non posso tornare indietro, quindi c'è comunque un percorso.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Vediamo se dice qualcos'altro. Scusa, ma è notte, perché? Perché fuori c'è la luce se io ho messo di notte? Tanto figo che l'orologio in teoria... No, però non è coordinato col mio orario, ora che ci penso. Ma ti piglia a parole? Non mi dite un cazzo, ragazzi. Non leggo la chat, non per cattiveria, ma perché non voglio sapere un cazzo. Questo gioco è divertente da giocare se non sai già le risposte, ovviamente. Quindi scusate, leggerò poco la chat, scusate, ma non voglio leggere un cazzo. Non posso chiudere la porta. Ok, sì, non posso chiudere la porta. Ok, sembra che non vada avanti.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Non posso tornare... Non posso tornare nella stanza della loro.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Non mentire, se tu stai mentendo smettila adesso, mai. Che cazzo sono finito? Non saltare dal cargo mentre è in movimento, causerà la morte.
Look, Stanley, I think... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
E un altro finale l'abbiamo sbloccato.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok, adesso andiamo dritti per dritti perché tanto è inutile stare a... L'avevi pure letto, lo so, ma volevo farlo lo stesso. Il narratore ti percula malissimo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room.
Non abbiamo
But
finito di
eager to
esplorare
get
la
back to
parte
business,
destra.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Non voglio morire, voglio scendere.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
No!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very
Posso cliccare da
powerful.
morto. Posso cliccare da morto.
All of his
no?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Volevo scendere per la
The lounge was
piattaforma.
sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Voglio provare un attimo a saltare la piattaforma giù perché non succede.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Voglio provare a saltare lì.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Da questo gioco si può evincere il motivo per il quale non ho mai avuto, ho sempre avuto dei grossi problemi a giostrarmi nei lavori con i miei datori di lavoro, e perché io facevo sempre incazzare i miei datori di lavoro che finivano quasi sempre per cercare di licenziarmi. Si capisce molto da questo gioco.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Ora sono curioso, però. Ora sono curioso. No, bastardo.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Voglio vedere.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose.
Erotico perverso!
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Non posso chiudere la porta. Ma cosa succede se rimango qua un attimo? Neanche cosa succede. Voglio vedere se rimango qua un attimo che succede. National Forest of Wyoming. Fire. Watch the Fire Watch. Dei ghirigori. Sembra non succeda nulla. Ok, proviamo a uscire. Cosa abbiamo di qua? Buttati, non posso saltare. A me piaceva stare là sopra.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No!
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
No!
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get...
Scusa, ma è cosa? Ma è Rocket League? Ma è Rocket League!
lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Cazzo, ma è Rocket League! No, ho capito che...
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Touchdown!
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Non la macchina. Ma perché vado così veloce? Raga, vado velocissimo, che succede? Perché vado così veloce? Ho fatto gol.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Dove cazzo siamo andati? Va bene, non c'è problema, amore. Dove cazzo siamo andati, raga? È il livello in costruzione, giustamente. Oh, c'è la luce.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Non posso muovermi, che succede? Ah, e questo era un altro finale. Puoi ingrandire i sottotitoli? Mi sa di no, sai. Li posso rendere più opaci. Più opachi. Dimensione sottotitolo grande. Molto grande. Ok, facciamo molto grande.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Non abbiamo finito qua. Non sono rimasto soddisfatto dal percorso che abbiamo fatto, però
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
proviamo quella a sinistra stavolta. Era meglio prima, allora facciamo non molto grandi, facciamo solo grandi. Proviamo a sinistra stavolta. Proviamo a sinistra.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Come risolvere una disputa con tuo collega? Hanno mai fatto leggere, testa di merda, volevo leggere. Comunque il finale di prima non l'abbiamo concluso, perché io mi sono buttato lì sotto.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Vedere cosa dice.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
E papere, io vi ricordo di nuovo che con Prime la sub è gratuita. Se non avete Prime comunque costa solo 4 euro al mese, quindi se non l'avete ancora fatta, fatela per supportare il canale, papere. Voglio vedere se dice qualcos'altro, anche se dubito, perché comunque questo gioco è molto veloce. Questo gioco è molto veloce, non ti fa aspettare 2 ore e mezza. Quindi in realtà è probabile che se non dice niente entro 20 secondi non dica niente e basta, perché semplicemente...
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Meraviglioso. No? No? Niente? Ok, penso non dica più niente.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Facciamo questa variante.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
A quanto pare no. Pensavo fosse un altro finale se stavo fermo.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the fuck?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Cosa?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
E questo era un finale. L'abbiamo What? Non era così l'ufficio. Non era così. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Diverso.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Vuoi dire che non era un
Stanley
finale?
went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Cos'è la whiteboard ending? Che cazzo è ma parla in canese?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ora sono curioso.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Stavolta andiamo a sinistra, vediamo che succede.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Ho attivato la modalità cade.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Posso solo andare lì, non ho soluzione. Bellissimo.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Questo era un finale. No, dai, ti prego, la modalità cane attiva. Questo era un finale.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
aspetta, dove era andato?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Achievement sbloccato, non puoi saltare. È venuto fuori. Questo gioco è buffissimo. Perché a Baia ho sbloccato la modalità cane. O la modalità Dio, a seconda. Scusate.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you
Ciao,
there
Andre.
definitely
Lo
was
so
a
che non
story here
c'entra
before.
niente.
Do we just...
Scusami,
Do
ma
we need to
volevo
restart
dire
the
una
game
cosa.
again?
Io sono
Well, I
ateo
find
da
it
molto
unlikely that
tempo.
we'll ever
Poco
progress by
tempo fa
starting
l'ho
over.
detto ai miei genitori. Quando l'ho detto a loro hanno detto: sì, vabbè, col tempo passerà. Scusami, ma cos'è una malattia? Io boh.
Vabbè, sì, abbi pazienza. Molte persone non comprendono differenti punti di vista. Devi solo portare
Over and
pazienza.
over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! No, non è horror, è un gioco
All of
al
his
triplo.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Vediamo se è cambiata veramente o... no, è la stessa... no.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Vediamo cosa succede se resto qui un attimo. Mi fa morire da ridere, Gabbaia. Papere, io nel frattempo approfitto ancora per ricordarvi di fare la sub. Non la posso chiudere. Non posso disattivare la modalità cane, devo ritrovare la lavagna.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Che succede se torno indietro? Ok, sembra... Sì, 680 sub e siamo per la maratona. Non mi dice un cazzo se torno indietro. È rotto il gioco.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Ok.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sterminatore, grazie per i 13 palatino, grazie mille per il risale.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Lasciamo fare la linea, ok. Sembra che non vada avanti se faccio questa cosa qua. E non posso tornare indietro. Ok. Ma come, scusa? È la prima volta che mi fa riaprire una porta. Però non posso chiudere la mia. Il cane e ho sbloccato la dog mode involontariamente. Vediamo se vado giù di qua. Ma guarda di questi impiegati statali che giocano solitari invece che lavorare.
Buonasera Supremo Leader.
Sera, Paladino.
Volevo chiederle se per caso fosse presente o al Milano Comics di maggio o al Comic Con di Bergamo di giugno.
You see? The
Buona
line knows where the
continuazione,
story is.
scusa il
It's
messaggio
over in
lungo
this
Andrea
direction. Onward, Stanley,
1988
to
ehi.
destiny.
Paladino, non lo so,
Nope.
vi
Here's
aggiornerò
a
su
thought.
Instagram.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Ok.
Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Che cazzo? Io sono grazie per passato, Paladino, per tutta la parabola.
cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ma c'è tutto uguale, cioè, non è che cambia niente, è tutto uguale, cioè.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Siamo tornati qua. Adesso lo faremo anche quell'horror là, patatini, che mi avete consigliato sto gioco in tantissimo, ero curioso.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Ok, ma di nuovo? Ma che figo, ma quindi... Linea TM, trademark, tra l'altro.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Da ridere il cane.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Che figo che qua non c'è. E qua sì.
Hello there.
Laura Alex, grazie per gli 8 patatine, bentornato tra le vabbere armate. Grazie mille per il sabetto, per il risabetto.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Altro che backroom, questo gioco è un trip incredibile. Questo gioco è un trip mentale devastante, cazzo. Dove è andata la linea?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Era l'inno della nostra potente
destiny
nazione.
awaits.
Comunque notte perché ho un esame di fiscia 1 e vorrei la benedizione.
Ti benedico patatino per l'esame di fiscia 1. Grazie per il giro. Vedete se c'è qualcosa si continua a girare. No, sembra di no. Sono obbligato.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Primo riavvio, secondo riavvio, sesto,
That's really
settimo.
how all this goes? It's all Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Cosa è successo?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his
quello era tutto un finale unico. Ma che cazzo dici?
responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then day.
Raga, intanto chiudo qua. Bellissimo il gioco. Magari poi domani o lo continuiamo, facciamo il gioco, insomma, vediamo cosa fare domani. Bellissimo però il gioco. Mi sta divertendo un sacco. Papere, io in questa sera vi ringrazio per i follow e cirle sub, il divertimento, le risate. Noi ci vediamo domani alle 21 per una nuova live. Io vi auguro tanta buona Anna Padatini, vi mando un abbraccio e un bacione. E noi ci vediamo domani. Notte, papere!